Yes, good morning all, and first of all, congratulations to everybody with the World Basketball Day. I'm a fan of basketball myself. Actually, my question has been answered, but I have two questions. One question with regarding to your talent, Doctor. I hope you can answer that. I'm sure. It has been asked, how sport can contribute to build bridges among peoples, to bring peace. So I was wondering, it's amazing to see that when we enter, I'm coming from Suriname. For instance, Suriname has a small population, 600,000 people. Basketball is very popular, besides soccer. And in my country, everybody watch NBA. So we are going off with that. Oh, I'm coming from a multi-ethnic cultural society, and Suriname, PR of Suriname. I forgot to mention that. It's amazing to see when we enter a court. It's like everybody is becoming one. No matter who you are, who you look like, but so it still happens that when you leave the court, you could see the difference again. So what has been your experience in building bridges with others, with people with different views? So what has been your experience, and how can we enhance that? How can sport in general, basketball in particular, be a vehicle in bringing, obviously, what we really need now in the world, peace? That is one question. And the second one is regarding your talent. Can you recall when the first time you did the Skywalk, and how was it? Did you practice that? I know that's talent. Talent is for 80%. What I really wonder, the first time ever, can you recall that when you walked in the sky and the particular move where you went beneath the ring and made the basket? Thank you.
Well, let me go in reverse
Okay.
because I have a vision of the skywalking, and I was at a basketball camp, and I went from the sideline and kind of went to the other side of the basket, took the ball up, or what have you, and after the play, somebody asked me, "How did you do that?" I said, "Do what?" "Go from over here to over here and flip the ball up." And I said, "Well, I generally said I look for the daylight and then I accelerated." So that was kind of like the only explanation that I had. And I knew that I needed to develop a better explanation because more people were going to ask about it. And when it initially happened, I didn't think about it. I honestly didn't think about it. I just saw daylight, accelerated, got through there, and made the play. And it was after someone inquired that it made me think. And I didn't want to be thinking out there because I think when you think too much out there, it's counterproductive. So that was when and what. The other part of the question was, the theme. I mean, using the game as a force for change, a force for peace. I think when I retired in 1987, which was a long time ago, a lot of games ago, and the Boston Celtics, who are our staunch rivals, and their guy Red Auerbach, who's famous for saying things differently, and they gave me a trophy, and it said, "Time marches on, but memories are forever." And so when I looked at it, I was impressed with the gift, and it took a while, but I started thinking about that and thinking about time in terms of memories. And I think as time marches on, let's say if you have a gathering at a basketball game or you have a gathering at a concert, because my example was music and sports, you know, they're common denominators in terms of bringing people together. They're the best way to bring people together. So if you bring those people together and they create a memory at that time, a memory that makes them feel good as they move down the road and as time marches on, you know, the memory can keep them solid in terms of getting along with one another. Solid in terms of the effort towards peace. So don't just go to the show or go to the game, and then after you leave, forget about what happened. Forget about what that really was. I mean, you need to think about that memory. And so I have memories, you know, he has memories of 1974, you know, a game that was played in the Nassau Coliseum. And I remember it too. And I remember people coming out of the stands and on the court, and you know, everybody was jumping, everybody was hooting and hollering, and everybody was happy. And Steve Jones, you know, just, I mean, I did a dunk shot like this, and Steve Jones just sat a layup, and, you know, he hadn't scored in the whole game. But the memory should have a solidifying effect, a gluing effect, and should have some sort of peaceful, if I can use that word, effect, if it was a good memory. You're welcome.